Hey everyone, this is Regional Sales Manager Carmell Meland, and I'm really excited to talk with you as part of your retreat about some creative ways to do business right now. Now, especially important is the fact that we have a bit of a virus situation going on right now, and so we need to get creative in what we're doing. And so before we dive into some of those tips, I did want to just say a couple of things about that. First of all, our products, which as I know, you know, but we want to remind ourselves are fabulous for cleaning and hygiene. And in fact, they have never been more relevant than they are right now. And you know, we are not the answer for coronavirus. However, we are the answer to great hygiene. And Amy Kadora shared with us that the Center for Disease Control and other health agencies have shared that the number one step in minimizing the effects of the virus at this point in time are hygiene. And there are 3 tips that they share with all of us on good hygiene to minimize that. And they are number 1, wash your hands often. And I know you guys have heard this, but do we not have some amazing products to help people wash their hands? We do, right? All sorts of great things. Number 2, clean your surfaces often. Do we have great products to help them clean their surfaces? Tons of great products that can be cleaned for every surface in every room. And the third thing is don't touch your face often. And this one is a little harder. Yes, we have some great body products or facial products, but I find that this one is the challenging one for me. And you know, you might have seen this really fun meme going around on Facebook where the people have the dog cones around their heads so they don't touch. Man, I need that because I am working on that one. I want to put my hands on my face all the time. So you never realize what a habit you have until you're not supposed to be doing it. So 2 out of the 3 for sure, and we probably could get creative on number 3 of the suggested hygiene steps we can help your customers with. And beyond your customers, we can help everyone with. So to summarize, we are not the experts in disinfecting or sterilizing surfaces. However, we are the experts in best practices for good hygiene. And so that is how we are going to be of service and help people during this challenging virus situation. So having said that, I just wanted to kind of remind us why we really have what people want and that we shouldn't get caught up in what we can't do, but more importantly, talk about what we can do and continue to share Norwex with that passion and that service in mind. Now, let's talk about some of those tips, ways that you can be creative to work your business right now, especially with the virus situation and the recommendation of the social distancing. So the experts are recommending that we're staying out of large crowds of 250 or more, and that we're staying, a distance away from people. Well, perhaps your party schedule has been shuffling up a little bit because of that. Maybe people are nervous that a group sitting that closely in someone's living room is just maybe not where they want to be right now. And that's okay. We get it, but we still have solutions for them, right? So how do we connect up, get in front of people, still work our business during this time? So here are just a few ideas. They're not all the ideas, but these are things that can get you started if you haven't already been working on them. So number 1, this is an amazing opportunity for customer care. I know so many of you have a ton of people in your customer base, and maybe you've connected with them, maybe you haven't, maybe you've done project broadcasts, maybe you've done reach outs, but because you might have some additional free time in light of what's going on, or if you're in your home more often, you have an opportunity to reach out and connect and provide that great service. Connecting with them, finding out what they need, how are they doing, really building those relationships and letting them know how appreciated they are. We have new products that just came out. We have the fun mini catalog that you can share. You can electronically send it or send it hard copy, and you can talk about what we have and get them excited to see what's new. So a great opportunity to really follow up and connect with the people who already love Norwex, right? I mean, they're the low-hanging opportunities. Plus, we don't just want to sell to them, we want to be of service to them, right? So customer care, number one. Number two, your VIP group. There are lots of things you can do, and here's just a couple. But many of you probably have heard of or perhaps done a body cloth challenge or a counter cloth challenge. Or I would say another version of that would be the Lacer Skincare Challenge, because you could get everybody the packet, right, of samples of the Lacer products. And whether it's the body cloth or the counter cloth or the Lacer packets, you find 10 people in your VIP group who want to try that product for a week. You get them that product, or in this, the skincare samples, for free. And your goal is to get them trying the product, experiencing it, giving you feedback. And of course, in the end, we're counting on, because we know they will, fall in love with it, that they're just going to fall in love with that product, and they're going to want to shop and perhaps purchase it, or maybe they're going to want to think about sharing what they're super excited about with a friend, and maybe, refer somebody, or maybe they're going to even have their own type of party, online party, something like that. So think about those people in your VIP group that maybe have never tried our personal care products. They already love Norwex, but they're the perfect candidate for the Lacer challenge because they're dipping their toe in and trying another category of product. Well, what about all the people who have our basic or household package products, right? They have house cleaning products. They're the perfect person to do the body cloth challenge, because that's new and different to them. So just because they're not new to Norwex, obviously they're in your VIP group, they're excited customers, they still can try some of those other things. And that gets them excited to try more and refer more, and of course, shop more, right? There's also the idea of doing a buyer's club with your VIP group. A simple version of that is to find 10 people who are committed to participate for 3 months. And so we encourage them to shop and purchase $35 or more in Norwex for 3 months. So you would do it typically for, maybe a calendar quarter, or maybe you would start it March, April, May. That would be perfectly fine too. Or April, May, June, whatever you want to do. Invite them to go ahead and do that when they commit to shopping for $35 or more in product for each of the next 3 months. They are guaranteed to be a part of your buyer's club, in which case, of course, if you do the math on that, right, each person is spending about $100 over the course of the 3 months. They are one of 10, and so that put together is $1,000 party. And then you could use the host rewards and divide them up between the 10 hosts. Each host is guaranteed to get anywhere from $35 to $50 in free product for participating in the buyer's club. So you're continuing to create consistency in their usage of the product. They're loving Norwex and trying different things, and they get rewarded with some host rewards at the end of the 3 months. You can have more than one buyer's club running at a time, and you can also do them when one finishes, you can start the next one. So it's a great way to just keep your people connected, loving Norwex, shopping, trying new things, of course, because, they don't need to necessarily buy UPP every single month. They can try some new things each time. So that's a fun idea, to grow your business, connect with your customers, and keep the income happening in your business as well. Okay, number 3 tip is Facebook parties. Now, that is not a new concept. Many, many people do Facebook parties. There are some great tools out there. In fact, the training team and Ashley Morgan just posted in the last couple of days in the Consultant Connection on Facebook 2 wonderful documents. They're updated. They're an easy Facebook template that you can utilize, and you can jump right in. If you've never done a Facebook party, follow that instruction and try one. Now, many of our seasoned Facebook consultants have taken that to the next level, and they've started to do multi-host Facebook parties. So it's like doing a mega party, but instead of inviting your consultants to invite customers, you have 4 or 5 or 6 hosts at one time, all inviting their friends. So you're creating one Facebook party, but you have multiple hosts and multiple customers. And I've been chatting with some leaders that have been doing this quite successfully. And many of them have 4 or 5 hosts and typically have anywhere from 80 to 120 guests, if you will, between those 4 or 5 hosts in that group. That, of course, adds a lot of interaction. People who maybe would have been quieter are seeing a lot of response, a lot of posting, a lot of comments. And so they're getting excited and they're getting involved. And the cool thing about that is it saves you a ton of time. You're posting in one event, one time, versus the same thing over and over and over again in multiple parties at the same time. So not only is it saving you a lot of time, it's also going to keep you out of Facebook jail because you're not reposting the same thing in multiple places. Most people do anywhere from a 3, 5 day, 7 day type of party. And because you are working with everybody at one time, you're going to find you're going to have great sales. You're going to have excitement and enthusiasm. Most of the leaders I've talked to that have typically at minimum 4 hosts at a time are seeing $2,000 plus Facebook parties. So that's a pretty awesome way to maximize your time, do a lot of business virtually, honor the social distancing request, and still shower a ton of people with some great host rewards. So if you need tips on how to do a Facebook party, I'm sure there are tons of resources within Team Aqua, but you also can access that materials, the Facebook template that I said that was just posted recently in Consultant Connection. Okay, so that was number 3 idea. Number 4 is take that same concept, multi-host, but do it on Zoom. Zoom is a really fun virtual way to do business. I think most of you are familiar. And if you have never run Zoom before, it's pretty simple, which is great. And it's also free. You have an option to get a free account when you go to zoom.us, and you can sign up for a free Zoom account. That gives you the opportunity to do meetings, online, right? So we would do online parties, and they would run for 40 minutes. So they do automatically cut off at 40 minutes, but that's a really great tool because it motivates us to have our parties online be short and sweet. And then you can do your follow-up, through Messenger or through texting or, phone calls, however you would want to do that. But the cool thing about the Zoom party idea is that it's a little bit more personal and more face-to-face and more interactive. So if you're somebody that's not a big Facebook fan, or you just are really a home party fan and you love that face-to-face, Zoom parties might be a great alternative for you as we're doing more virtual types of business. So one thing you can do is send each of your guests who registers to attend the Zoom party a sample in the mail, and you can invite them to try it and then come back to the party to share their thoughts, right? So that's kind of fun. It gets them engaged right away before they've even shown up. You do want to do all sorts of ways to make it fun and interactive. So here's a few ideas that, in fact, some of your leader peers in Nebraska brainstormed for us in the last couple of days. They thought it might be fun to have a competition for who has the dirtiest oven. So everybody could open their oven door, show it on camera, and everybody could vote for the dirtiest oven. And of course, they would get a prize. Or you maybe do the grossest dishcloth or the tackiest apron, whatever you want to do to make it fun. But the cool thing is they don't have to remember to bring it with them to the party. They literally could show you their dirty oven right there, and they could maybe get a prize. So that's just fun ideas to make it interactive. You might also invite them to get in a drawing for free shipping when they turn their camera on, because that is so much better for them to see each other versus everybody with Zoom who don't turn their camera on. We just see their name, right? Or just their phone number. So if they turn their camera on, they can get into a drawing for free shipping. And that way it's going to make it more personal, more relationship building, more fun and interactive for everyone. You might also ask your host to send you the name, email, and phone number of everybody she wishes to invite, and then you can text out the invite to the party with the Zoom link. And then anybody who RSVPs to you then in that way, you could let them know that they'll be in a drawing for a product of some kind. So it's just ideas and ways that I'm sure there's many more, but to get people involved, to have fun, to still share Norwex, to still honor our hosts and still build our business and doing it virtually, which is kind of cool. So remember zoom.us if you want to check out getting a free Zoom account. We did also have some ladies that were saying, a lot of their customers are, in their 60s, 70s, 80s. They're not really tech savvy. So they thought about going on freeconferencecall.com and getting a conference call line and just giving those customers or those guests for those types of parties the phone number, because they could dial in and hit the code and they would be in. Now, you wouldn't be able to visually show anything, but you could talk about it and you could still share with them, the information about it, and it would just be by phone. And so I know that's just a little different, but that's just another way to reach perhaps a group of customers that are not tech savvy. Okay, so one last thing. If you're comfortable doing small groups, like 2 or 3 people versus an in-home party or an event or something like that, you might do some try it kit demos. So that's getting those 2 or 3 products out to somebody for 3 or 4 days. Keep it a short amount of time so there's urgency, so they use the products right away. Be sure they get directions from you for whatever you're lending them in print. You don't want them using blue juice with the EnviroCloth or, not using the products properly and not getting the results. So when you drop it off, let them know how to use it. They have the directions in print. Say you want to check in with them in a couple of days to see how they're doing. You can text them, call them, message them, whatever you want to do. How are they loving their product? Not are they, but what are they loving about their product that they're trying? What have they cleaned so far? What are they excited about? And then you're going to get positive responses back, right? And then say, well, hey, I'm so excited that you are loving it so far. You've got a couple more days to keep on trying it and clean other things. I would love to come and pick it up on, Monday night, right? So like 2 days later. So they would have had it a total of 3 or 4 days. And then you agree to a time, because you do not want to pick up the products off their door handle. You do not want to pick them up from their teenager, or you don't want to have to do a drive-by and have somebody else hand them to them when they're at work. You want to be able to talk for a few minutes with that person, find out what they liked, get them excited, invite them to shop, invite them to host, right? That's how we normally handle a try-it kit. Well, you can take it one step further and turn that try-it kit pickup into a demo. And that's where you say, well, hey, as long as I'm coming on Monday, Sarah, anyway, to pick up the try-it kit, what do you think about grabbing a couple of neighbors or girlfriends, having them come on over? I would love to, just for 15 minutes, share Norwex with those couple of girlfriends. And I'll do a quick demo. I'll tell them what it's all about. And I would bring you a full-size product as a thank you for helping me to share Norwex with just 2 more people. You guys can pop open a beverage and we can talk for 15 minutes. There's no obligation, just information. But if you're willing to partner with me on that, I would love to bring you a thank you gift. What do you think? Now, instead of just potentially getting one person to purchase and book, in that scenario, you now have 3 potential new customers and 3 potential bookings. So you've obviously tripled your opportunities of selling and booking. And once again, they could book a demo, which is just them and 2 friends, and you're going to bring them a free product, right? We don't give host rewards for that. Or perhaps they want to book a Facebook party or a Zoom party or whatever you might want to work out. So you still, if you're comfortable, can get together with smaller groups. And so that's another way that you can do that and turn that try it kit into a demo with somebody new. You can do the same thing with oven cleaning. If you're willing to clean someone's oven, They're going to be with you for that 15 to 30 minutes as you're telling all about what you're using and how you're doing it and about Norwex. Say, hey, as long as I'm going to be there anyway, do you have a couple of girlfriends you want to invite over? You can pop open a beverage and we can chat about Norwex for a few minutes and I will bring you a thank you gift. What do you think? So it's just an easy way to get in front of people, get them to try something new with Norwex, something they haven't tried before, or getting them to try Norwex in general if they're totally not familiar. And then that puts you in front of a couple of other people that can become customers, people that you can help to create safe havens in their home. You can help them to have good hygiene during this crazy time. And of course, they can become future customers with you. So there you go, friends. That is just a little bit of some fun ideas that your peers have brainstormed to think about all the ways that we can still build our business, we can bless others, create safe havens, be that clean expert and provide that hygiene and those answers for those people who want to know more about what we have. So remember, focus on what we can do and not what we can't do, because we are the cleaning experts. So good luck on all of your business. I can't wait to hear how it goes, and have an amazing retreat. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.